Welcome everyone. I'm doing a bank shot basketball game, women's college basketball. It's Iowa. It's the 23-24 season with Iowa with Caitlin Clark, and this game is the first round of the Big Ten conference that they were in against Penn State. It's halftime now. Penn State has the lead, 43-39. Um, Getting ready to start the second half, the third quarter. Um, the leading scorer for Penn State is Ashley Owusa. I think I got that name pronounced right. She's leading with 14 points. And for Iowa, it's Caitlin Clark leading her team with 17 points. Um, this is the 10 on 10 board. 10 players on each side that's fully on the board. And so you don't have to worry pretty much about substitutions. It's all taken care of with this design. So I'm going to do a few minutes as long as I can go. It won't be long because I'm kind of new at this, but I just wanted to put it out there and show you how I play. And maybe you might pick up on something, or maybe you might see something that you might tell me something different. But here we go. We're going to start the second half. Um, it's going to be Penn State's ball to start the third quarter. So here we go. G2 going against the defender, which happens to be Caitlin Clark. And I roll the dice. I roll all four at the same time. And that's going to be a 16 off the offense. That's going to be a missed shot. And it's going to be a missed two-pointer by the G2. Flip a card for the rebound. It's a battle between the F1 and F2 forwards. Home is also awarded us 1d6 if they need it. And let's look here. 36 F1 for the offense. For the defense, they have a 35, but they have a die to roll. Kate Martin. And she has a 5, so she's going to win that battle. And she's going to pull out that rebound. And it's going to be Iowa's ball. F1, that's an E passer, if there is one, but she's not. And it's going to be F1 versus the defender. Uh, 06 off the offense. And that's going to be a foul on the defensive F1. And that is number 2 for that individual, Ali Burham. And it's going to be the first foul for the team. And they'll take the ball back out. F2. Going against G1, defensive G1. .58 off the offense, and that's going to be a foul, another foul, non-shooting foul on the defensive point guard. That's the first one for the defensive point guard. And the number 2 foul for the team. Take it out again. Iowa ball. It'll be the center going against the defender. 05 off the offense. That's going to be a miss, and it's going to be a 2-point miss. Check for the rebound. Defensive F1, Burham. gets the rebound, and it's also a fast break. Penn State's fast break rating is AA, and Iowa is AAA. All right, they're held up, so there's no fast break there. They're going to go to the regular offense. G2, going against the defender, who is Caitlin Clark. It's going to be a 23 off the defense, off of Caitlin Clark's card, and that is a basket. No assists. Checking to see if it's a three-pointer, and I need to be between 3 to 6, and it's a 7, so it's a 2-point basket for the G2. And let me double check, make sure about the assist. No assists. So 2 points for Penn State. Iowa ball. F2 for Iowa. Guarded by the G2, defensive G2. $75 off the offense. And that's going to be an assist by the F2. And I check to see who it's passed to. And it's going to be the F1, who is Kate Martin. Kate Martin is a 2-point basket there. So it's 45-41. Back to Penn State. F1. Allie Burham going against her defender, which is Kate Martin. $60 off the offense, which will be a basket with no assists, and it is not a three-pointer, so a 2-point basket. All right. Iowa ball. Center, but now I'll be checking to see it's going to go to the C2, so the backup center is going to come into play. Sharon Goodman against her defender, Grace Hall. $78 off the defensive player, and that is a block by Hall. So Hall blocks the shot. Goodman with the miss. Check for the rebound. It's the high at the defense at the F4. F2, but it's going to be the F4 because these are the backups in here now, because that's who took the shot. So it's going to be, I'm looking at the defensive F4, defensive G3, and the defensive G4 to see who has the highest rebound. And that's going to be Grace Hall. But Grace Hall is the person that blocked the shot. And if that is the case, then it's going to be an offensive rebound for the offensive team, a team rebound. So it's still Iowa's ball, and they'll take the ball back out. It's G1 now, with E-passer has to pass to the high for the remainder of the segment. So I'll make a note of that the G1, Gabby Marshall, has to pass for the rest of the segment. And she's passing to the high, who is Caitlin Clark, and it'll be going against Caitlin Clark's defender. And that's going to be an 89 off of Caitlin Clark's card, and that is a miss. And it's a missed 2-pointer for Caitlin Clark. Check for the rebound. High in the game, whoever the high of the game has to be 39 and over. Otherwise, it's going to go out of bounds to the defense. So the center for Iowa is a 47. And I'm looking at the defense, and nobody can touch that. So Hannah is going to get an offensive rebound, her 6th of the game, and we'll reset. It'd be high 2. And the high 2 is going to be Hannah. And her defender will be the defensive F1. .73. That's going to be a foul in the act of shooting. So the defensive F1 is going to pick up that foul, which is her 3rd. And that'll be the 3rd team. It wasn't a 3-point attempt, but now I have to see how this is going to play out for the free throws. And that's an 84, and she'll get 2 free throws. Allie Brown will get 2 free throws. .88, first one. That's a miss. Second free throw, 0-0. Got that one. So she got the second free throw. And that'll be 48. Iowa ball. B1, Caitlin Clark. Ball handling 1. Going against defensive G2. Caitlin Clark, 11. And that's going to be a turnover for Caitlin Clark. And it's going to be a steal for the defensive player. Caitlin Clark with a turnover. That's her 3rd of the game. Penn State's ball. G2. Going against the defender, who is Caitlin Clark now. .43. Going against the defense card. And that's going to be a miss. And I'm seeing what type of miss it is. 5-7. It's a missed 2-pointer. Check for the rebound. Defensive F2 for Iowa. Sydney Alfola. That's her 5th rebound. It's not a fast break. It's regular flow of the offense. And it's going to the F2 player. And the defender is going to be the defensive F1 player. So Sydney's going for a shot. And 16 off of her card, which is a miss. And it's a 2-point miss. Check for the rebound. High in the game. Okay, Hannah, the center for Iowa, is a 47. And there's nobody can touch that one. Hannah's going to get that rebound, and that's her 7th rebound of the game. And they'll reset the offense high. We'll go to Caitlin Clark. Going to defender will be the F2. Caitlin Clark. 59 off of her card. It's going to be a non-shooting foul against her defensive opponent, the F2 player. Ashley picks up her 2nd. That's the 4th team foul. One more team foul in this quarter, and Iowa will be getting the bonus. So Iowa takes the ball back out. G1. D or E passes to B1 or B3. And Gabby Marshall is an E. She'll be passing to Caitlin Clark, who will be guarded by her defender. So Caitlin Clark takes another shot. And it's a 66 off her card, which is a miss. And it's a 3-point miss shot. So Caitlin Clark misses that. Rebound. defensive F1 for Penn State. Allie's got that rebound, and that's her 5th of the game, and it is a fast break. So I'll look on the fast break deck, and it's a 2-point basket for the G2 for Penn State. And also check for assists on the fast break. When they do a 2-point score on the fast break, you don't flip a new card. You use the card that's already discharged to check for your assists on a successful 2-point basket. And that person is going to be the center who gets credit for the assists. So our ball down by 9. Yeah, down by 9. B1, Caitlin Clark again. Going against the defender. .47, and that is going to be fouled in the act of shooting. So Caitlin Clark got fouled, and it wasn't a 3-pointer. Her defender picks up the foul. That's her first, and they're in the bonus. So Caitlin Clark, we got to figure out how these free throws are coming out. Let's see what's going on here. And it's a 68. She will get 2 free throws. So Caitlin Clark at the line. First free throw, 87, and she missed it. Well, Caitlin's having a little rough night here in the second half. Second free throw, 67, and she missed both free throws. Wow. Rebound. It's going to be a battle between the forwards. Home team will get a D6 if they need it. The F2 for Iowa is a 37, and then she's got it. She's got that rebound. So Sydney does get the offensive rebound, and they'll reset. B1, Caitlin Clark again, going against her defender. .10. Going off the defender's card, and that's a miss. And checking to see what type of miss it is, and it's a regular 2-shot miss by Caitlin. Wow, she is really struggling right now. Rebound, offensive G1. That'll be Gabby Marshall with the offensive rebound. And this card, she has the immediate putback 2-7. And what I do when I get that card come up, I'm going to re-roll the 2 D6s to see if it's going to be within those numbers. And it is 7, so Gabby Marshall does put it back in and gives Iowa 2 points. Now Penn State's ball, F1. D passer passes the ball to the B1 or B3, and this Allie is a D passer, so she will pass to Ashley, and Ashley be going against her defender, Sydney. .55 off the offensive card. That's a basket and an assist, but it is a 2-point basket though. So Ashley scores a 2-point basket with the assist. And flipping the card for the assists, and it's the G1. Point guard gets the assist there. Iowa's ball, B2. Iowa doesn't have a B2, so it's going to be the F1, Kate Martin, going against her defender. .77 off the defensive card. That's a turnover. And it's not a steal. And it's not an offensive foul. It's just a turnover by Kate Martin. That's her first turnover. And you can also look on the discarded card when you have a turnover and it's not a steal or it's not an offensive foul. They'll give you a brief description of what's going on there, and it was a bad pass out of bounds. So now it's Penn State's ball. F1. Allie going against the defensive center, Hannah. $80 off the defensive card. And that's a miss. And it is a 3-point miss for Penn State. The rebound, the home G1, Gabby Marshall gets the rebound, which is her 5th. Iowa's ball, B3 for Iowa, and Kate Hannah is the B3 for Iowa, going against her defender. $56 off the defensive card. And that is a turnover, another turnover. It's not a steal, and it's not an offensive foul. Hannah with the turnover. That is her 2nd turnover, and it's a 3-second violation. So now it's back to Penn State. Center going against the defender, Hannah. 88 off the offensive card, and that is a turnover. And it's not a steal. It's a double dribble off the center for Penn State. Iowa's ball, G2, which is Caitlin Clark going against the defensive G1. $49 off the defensive card, and that is a turnover, and it's a steal by the defensive G1 for Penn State. And Caitlin Clark has turned it over. That's her 4th one of the game. Penn State's ball. It'll be G3 getting this possession, the backup point guard. But that individual is Allie, and she's also an E passer, which I need to be passing to the B3 or B2. But because she's a backup, and there is no, the backups be looking at the backup. So she's an E passer. She has to pass. There's no B3 and there's no B2, so it'll go to the high as a backup. And that will be the G4, Jayla Oden, be the shooting, and she'll be going against her defender. $54, and that is a miss, and it's a missed 2-pointer for Oden. Check for the rebound, and when the backups are shooting, you'll be looking for rebounds off the backups, not the starters. So the offensive rebound says on the card G1, but that is going to be the G3. So the G3 gets the offensive rebound, which is Allie Campbell. And she will reset. Now I'm getting into the last 5 minutes of this 3rd quarter, because I break them down 5 and 5. So she got the rebound, the offensive rebound, and now she'll reset. And now it'll be, check to see if it's the backup center, but it's not. It's going to be the starting center who has the ball going against her defender, who is Hannah. And the shot is 0-1 off the defender, and that's a non-shooting foul on Hannah. That's her first and the first foul for Iowa in this quarter. Take the ball out. Penn State, high 2. So the high 2 player in the starters will be the G2, Marissa, going against the G1, Gabby Marshall. '07 off the defensive card, and that's a miss, and it's a 2-point miss. Check for the rebound. Defensive F1, Kate Martin for Iowa. It's her third rebound. It's a fast break, and it's going to be a 2-point basket for the F2 for Iowa, who is Sydney Alfolder. Gets the basket, and I'll check to see who the assist is credited. It'll be the G1, Gabby Marshall, with the assist, her 4th one of the game. Penn State's ball. The center going against the defender. Penn State 78 off the defensive card, and that's a miss. And it's a 2-point miss by the center. Check for the rebound. High at the G2. And Caitlin Clark is going to win that battle and pull down the defensive rebound. That's her 3rd rebound of the game. Iowa's ball. It's going to be G3. We'll have the possession going against the defender. That's Taylor McCabe going against Allie Campbell. .52 off the offensive card will be a miss. 2-pointer. Check for the rebound. High at the F2s, but they're a backup, so it's going to be the F4 I'm looking at. Offensive F4 for AJ Elgar is 60, and her opponent is only 25. So Iowa's going to pull out the offensive rebound, and they'll reset. It's G1, Gabby Marshall going against the defensive G2. .21 off the defensive card. That's a miss. And it's a missed 3-pointer by Gabby Marshall. Check for the rebound. High in the game, over 39, else it'll be a jump ball. So Hannah with the 47. And there's nobody can touch her on that. So Hannah gets another offensive rebound. That's her 8th rebound of the game. And Iowa will reset B1. That'll be Caitlin Clark going against her defender. .14 off the defender's card. And that's another miss for Caitlin. Boy, rough night. And it's a missed 2-pointer. Check for the rebound. High at the center. Home gets +10, but Hannah's got that 47. She doesn't need it. So she gets the offensive rebound again. That's her 9th rebound of the game. Reset. High. Caitlin Clark again. And she's going against the G1. Another turnover. Unbelievable. And it's a steal by the defensive point guard. Caitlin Clark's turned it over. That's her 5th turnover of the game. Penn State's ball, G2. Going against the defensive center, Hannah. That's 85 off the offensive card. That is a turnover. And it's a turnover. Bad pass out of bounds. Iowa's ball. Center. Hannah going against her defender. .45 on the defensive card, and that's a non-shooting foul. But her second for that center. But they're in the bonus, so Hannah's going to get 2 free throws. .88, missed the first one. .03 got the second one. Oop. Okay, Penn State's ball. Center going against defender. .37 on the offensive card, and that is fouled in the act of shooting, and that'll be on Hannah. That's her second foul and a second team foul. It wasn't a three-point attempt. 46. It's going to be 2 free throws for the center. For Penn State. 30. First one is good. Second one, 94. That's a miss. So she got one of them. And the rebound off the second rebound is high at the G1. And that's going to be, it's going to be won by the offense. Offensive point guard snuck in there and got that offensive rebound. And they'll reset the offense. G1 has it going against G2, which is Caitlin Clark on the defense. That's 78 on the offense. And that's an assist by the point guard. That's her 5th. Check to find out who gets the basket, and it's going to be the F2, Ashley. And it was, let's see, what type of shot did she make? It was a 2-pointer. So Iowa's ball. High 2, but it's going to be the reserve high 2. So I look at the reserves and look at their situation, and it's going to be Shannon Goodman with the ball going against her defender, Grace Hall, at the center positions. 10 off the defensive card, and it's fouled by shooting. So Grace Hall's going to pick up that foul, her first. And the team is already in the bonus. And it wasn't a 3-point attempt. So we'll see what type of, if she made it. And she made this basket and got fouled. So she's going to have a chance for a 3-point play. So Goodman made the basket, and she's going to get a free throw. So she possibly can make a 3-point play out of this. .99, I don't think so. Oh, she has one. She did have a chance, but she had to have a 5, and she didn't get that. So she missed the free throw. Rebound off the free throw, out of bounds, and it's a jump ball. So we'll jump it, and it's the home team. So Iowa has it. High. That's going to be Caitlin Clark going against F2. Double zero off the defense. That's foul by shooting. So Caitlin Clark got fouled, and it wasn't a three-pointer. So Ashley picks up that foul. That's her third. Like I said, they're in the bonus. Wasn't a three-pointer. We'll see if Clark made this shot or not. 67. She did not make this shot, so she'll get the 2 free throws. And if you remember, she missed her last 2 free throws. Let's see what we're going to do. 62 to 7. She missed another free throw. Wow. Second free throw attempt. 08. She got that one. So Penn State's ball. G2 going against her defender, who is Caitlin Clark. .66 on the offensive card, and that's going to be a turnover. And that's a steal by Caitlin Clark. That's her third steal of the game. Iowa's ball, F2. Be Sydney going against the defensive G1. .11 off the defensive card. And that's going to be a basket with the assist. And it's a 2-point basket by Sydney. And that's with the assist. Check for the assists, and it's going to be Caitlin Clark with the assists. That's her third assist of the game. Penn State's ball. It'd be G4 if the G2 has played less than 30 minutes, and that is the case. So it'll be the G4 getting the basket attempt against the defensive center, who will be the backup center because the reserves are in play now. .38 off the defense, and that is a block. So Sharon Goodman, this backup center, has blocked the shot. That's her second block of the game. Odin with the miss. Check for the rebound. It's high at G2, but it's a reserve, so it's a high at the G4s. So 13-13 is a tie, but the defense gets the rebound. So it'll be Iowa's ball. Iowa's ball B3. That'll be Hannah, the center, going against her defender. .67 on the offensive card. And that is fouled in the act of shooting. It wasn't a three-point attempt, but the foul is on the center for Penn State. That is her third, and it's a bonus situation. Let's see if Hannah made her shot. 80, she did not, so she'll get the 2 free throws. .61, 9-11. She missed her free throw. Let's see her second one. 25. She got that one. And Penn State's ball. Third quarter is winding down. It'll be the high for Penn State. It'll be Ashley, the F2, going against the defensive center for Iowa. $20 on the offensive card, which is a miss, 2-pointer. Check for the rebound. Defensive F2, which is Sydney for Iowa. That's her 7th rebound, and that's a fast break. And the F2 missed the 2-point fast break shot. And check for the rebound, and it's the defensive F1, which is Allie Burham for Penn State, and it is a fast break. So we're going to see what's going on with the fast break. And they got held up, and that's the end of the third quarter. And I'm going to give it a rest right there. I'll be finishing up the rest of the game online. I'm going to double check the score because I think I might have made a mistake on the scoreboard, because I think when I added up, I think it's not matching up between Penn State. I might have goofed up somewhere there, but I'll double check it, and I'll be finishing this game offline. And I hope you enjoyed. I hope you might have picked something up. I'm new at this as far as doing videos, and I'll get better as time gets on. But I'm going to shake your grounds right now, but it's all good, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.